Thank you, Professor Maitri Chaudhary, for this inaugural address. And I think it is a very, very apt moment that you inaugurated this Delhi Sociological Association. Though we were expecting also Professor Anand Kumar, we were thinking when we started some 2 years back, at that time, Professor Uman, Professor Nagla is, I think, here. I think. Yeah, he's here. Please come this side, sir. Kaha, ye to founding. Please. And Professor Anand Kumar, they were all present, and they said that yes, we have to go ahead. We tried our level best, but we could not succeed for 2 years because of bureaucracy and because of many other things. But I think today it has happened. So good evening, esteemed colleagues, distinguished guests and members and would-be members of Delhi Sociological Association. It is an honor to stand before you today on 3rd day of December 2024 as we gather to reflect, discuss, and shape the future of our discipline. I would like to express my deep gratitude to the organizing committee, volunteers, and everyone who contributed to the making of this event a reality. Their tireless effort have ensured that we can come together to advance the shared vision, a collective responsibility. This is a historical moment, friends, for our discipline as well. As Madam my teacher, Professor Chaudhary, was just telling that there have been actually efforts. We are not discounting any effort which has taken place. Going by that, but even then, this is a historical moment for the discipline of sociology in India, that nation's capital is going to get its an organized body of professionals after more than 150 years of its establishment as an academic discipline and 110 years after the first department of sociology was established in Mumbai, now Mumbai, in 1914. We also feel that establishment of a disciplinary organization marks the maturity of the discipline also, as Kun would say, that the establishment of paradigm marks the maturity of a discipline. Now, in that context, friends, that I stand before you, I have a very limited, agenda today. But I will begin with Professor Maitri Chaudhary's article itself, because she has groomed me in certain senses, because I know the first article when I wrote teaching sociology in the classroom. So that way, I think I still remember, ma'am. And I will take that vantage point only to speak. So I'm reminded of Professor Maitri Chaudhary's article, Looking Back, the Practice of Sociology in CSS JNU, which argues that how CSS was supposed to create a representative curriculum, especially meeting the ideals of freedom struggle and constitutional values in the mind. I think that's what actually has talked about the nation building process of role of sociology. And I draw Renan from Ambedkar's article, who talks about Renan, that Renan says that actually nation philosophically can be an idea, but sociologically it is conglomeration of groups. And how does a nation emerge? So because Ambedkar was very clear that India is not a nation, it is nation in the making. It is never complete. It is always an ongoing process. In that context, when was reading, I'm also reminded on the one hand, Marcel Moses' argument on the sentimentality of a nation and governance institutionality of the nation. But Ambedkar draws both and talks about that. How does a nation emerge? Nation emerges only when the groups which have been excluded for centuries get their self-representation. Now, in that context, I think when I read sociology, and especially because we are having a Delhi Sociological Society, so there are two issues which I want to flag off. And of course, then we will definitely invite the different institution representatives. They can come and also give us. One is, should sociology be for the masses or should it remain for the classes? That question actually keeps on occurring to me. And as a young sociologist, when I started, I saw the empirical data from 80 colleges of Delhi. And there were 8 colleges which were having sociology. Why not 80? If history is in 80 colleges, if geography is in so many colleges, if political science, then why not sociology? Why sociology was restricted only to 8 colleges where actually they were getting honors? But now, of course, there are other colleges which have added. And therefore, if sociology remains only for classes, then how can we imagine a nation building process? Because I think masses need more sociology. And therefore, I'm also reminded of Bauman, Zygmunt Bauman, who said the task of sociology is to come to help to the individuals. We have to be in the service of freedom. And as as Popper was saying, that it is nothing but sociology has to reveal the reality. So why actually we have not been able to engage? Therefore, I think this is a larger question, that should sociology be restricted to few colleges? The second aspect is, of course, the curriculum. And we can look at the, on the one hand, there are only handful institutions which are teaching sociology as the discipline. And for past, say, so many years, or 75 years now after the Constitution,